Food for Thought with Professor David Bitte.
A very good morning to you. Welcome to another session of Food for Thought with Professor Ndete. Now, last week we began a very interesting series, and we were talking about the narcissistic personality disorder. That word is hard, narcissistic personality disorder. We didn't quite finish what we had begun talking about. So let's pick up from where we left off last week.
Prejudice is a sense of being important in very many ways. Mm-hmm. It all revolves around self-importance.
Okay.
I don't want to put it quickly, but you could say these people literally worship themselves, which I think is very, very dangerous. When people start worshiping themselves, they are a God unto themselves. G in small letters. They are God into themselves.
I'm just wondering, Professor, you know, even as we talk about these people with this narcissistic personality disorder, why do they have this need, you know, to look important and to look superior? Where does that come from?
It is part of their personality, and we know that personality, 70% to 80% of our personality is inherited, it's genetic. But then the environment also plays a very, very important role in how we express these things. Mm-hmm. So that they may not even be aware of it. They may not even know that that is the way they are being, because they think that is normal. Mm-hmm. But the fact that it is normal for them, the fact that it has always happened in their lives and that's the way they have been behaving, does not make it normal as a way. So it's very important that all of us, we understand ourselves. And we get to realize that there are certain things that we may do which seem to be okay to us, but not necessarily okay in the context in which we operate. Because acceptability of behavior is dependent on the context in which it occurs. It also depends on our culture, our families, where we work, how we relate with the people. So context is very, very important. And we do, more often than not, we do not appreciate that the context is very, very important.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just wondering, because you said earlier on that sometimes they may not even know that this is how they're coming across. How then does this affect their relationship with other people? Because if somebody is always thinking they are more important, you know, they have all these fantasies around them, how does it affect their relationship with other people, maybe in the workplace or even in the family?
It can be very, very pathological. I mean, it can be very abnormal. If you are bossing around people, making them believe that you are the best, or even imposing your ideas on what should be done in that place, and anybody who disagrees with you, you take it personally. Maybe because you don't know that you have this problem, but you know, you can push people up to a certain point and they will start reacting. But I think the purpose of this discussion is that you should be able to recognize the way I behave, and if possible, talk to me that is the way I behave. It's not good. It causes problems, and you talk to me. And if I don't seem to respond, just leave me alone. You are not going to change me. Let the consequences of my behavior follow me. And not, it happens. What is dangerous, extremely dangerous, in my view, if your behavior contravenes God's law. Because if people can't come after you, then God will come after you.
Very true. Very true.
Not me who say that. It's very clearly stated in the Bible.
In the Bible, very true. Very true.
Yeah, yeah.
Do these kind of people have also a tendency to struggle with anger? Because I'm trying to picture, if I'm thinking everything revolves around me and life is just about me and I'm this important person, and other people don't seem to see it that way and they don't want to do things my way, I'd probably be angry with them. So I'm just wondering if anger and narcissistic personality disorder are connected.
That is the point I was trying to make. And because this is the way they behave, and they have no insight, they do not know that they have this problem. Try to talk to them in a nice way. Don't make it confrontational. Try to talk to them in a nice way. And if some of them will know, yes, I have this problem. Let me go back and have a retrospective undertaking about myself. Maybe they will change. But as I say, because of this, the way they have always behaved, just leave them alone, because if you try to change them, if you try to change their personality, they're going to have anger and wrath on you. And how they react will also depend on the circumstances. They just say, I don't even want to talk to you. So who are you to correct me?
Yes.
I don't know who I am. And if it comes to that, my brother, sister, just leave them alone. The consequence of their behavior will catch up with them one way or other.
What if it's in a marriage situation? Because I remember once doing a radio show, and a lady called in, and she kind of described what we are talking about today, that her husband, doesn't want to listen to anybody else. She has no voice in the marriage. Any fault that happens, it is the wife's fault, never the husband's fault. So I'm just thinking, if your spouse has this personality disorder, how do you navigate through this marriage? How do you help them?
Let me put it this way. There are very many types of personality disorders. We are talking about a particular type of personality disorder.
Yeah.
These other types of personality disorders who present problems, and we are not talking about this obsessive compulsive disorder, paranoid personality disorder, and there are so many different types. There's even what we call psychopathic personality disorder.
Okay.
People who will just cause you problems, and they really enjoy that they are causing you problems. Those are personality disorder. But here, we are talking about a particular personality disorder which centers on the self, the thinking there, they know everything, they have these big ideas about themselves. That is what we are focusing on. Everything that these other types of personality disorders can also cause problems in terms of relationships. So this person this lady who was talking about her husband, I don't know the context, I don't know the type of personality disorder, but the key element of what we are talking about, self-importance. I am always correct. Don't you know I am superior to you? I'm more talented compared with you. Who are you to question my? That is what we are talking about.
Okay.
And any type of personality disorder will cause problems with other people, because people will say the way this person behaves is not conducive to mutual relationships. So as for that lady, my answer is I do not know. But what the context is, they could be having other psychiatric problems. But in this part, I think she should just go and see somebody she can talk to about these issues and analyze if it's personality disorder or whether it's a certain type of a psychiatric condition. There are some types of psychiatric conditions that will present exactly like that.
This narcissistic personality disorder, is it only found in adults, or can it also be seen in children?
It can be seen, as I said, it starts in early adulthood. Early adulthood is probably, we are talking about maybe high school, towards the end of high school. beginning early 20s, 25, and so on. It may be start to manifest at that particular time when they are forced to interact with people in a particular way, and it can persist for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I wonder whether politicians have a narcissistic personality disorder.
Me too. Well, that's food for thought for today with Professor Ndete. I hope the information we are giving you is helping you gain a deeper understanding of mental health issues. We'll catch up again next week right here on Family Radio 316 and Family TV. Have yourselves a great weekend.